Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
From a championship backfield to your morning drive.
Hands to Hester, and Hester,
Yep, got it, 5 out of 5!
You're locked in to Off the Bench.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone. Boom!
Live from downtown Baton Rouge, here's Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Yo, and welcome in to OTB. We are not live from downtown Baton Rouge, big voice lady. We're actually live from Rouse's Market. Very excited to be back here. It is another Football Friday. The only difference, this Football Friday, your LSU Tigers are 1-0.
They're 1-0, just like the shirt says.
They weren't that last time that we were here, but they are now.
Yeah, we were hopeful. We knew it. There was never a doubt.
Of course we knew it. We went 5 for 5 on our picks last week.
No big deal. We sure did. We're about to go 4 for 4.
Well, I threw the 5th in there since we all picked LSU.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. We'll pick them again this week. Money line. That's a hot take right there.
Very hot take. Louisiana Tech, the Bulldogs coming to town, and so we'll give you a little bit more of a preview of that squad. Last week against Southeastern, they were up 3-0 at halftime, ended up putting them away in the fourth quarter. So we'll give you a game preview, one final look at the New Orleans Saints as they get ready for the Arizona Cardinals. We had action last night in the National Football League.
Boy, did we.
It's actually a much better game than I think we anticipated. Did you get a little nervous considering you picked the Eagles to be your survivor pick?
No, it would have been actually pretty fitting if we lost week 1 of our survivor. Just because I was feeling pretty cocky about my pick. I was feeling pretty good about it. I thought the Cowboys were in absolute shambles. But I guess that just goes to show you can't really believe what you hear from the media. You can't really believe what you hear leading up to a season, which gives me hope for the Saints, right? Because this is still NFL football. This is still NFL football players. But, yeah, what a great game it was, man. The Cowboys came out executing on every level. I mean, we can get into a little bit more depth about Spitgate and the entire, hawk and loogies on other people before games even start, before the first snap.
Yeah.
But, wow, what a wild start to that game. But the Cowboys, man, I don't know if Taylor's having seller's remorse or not. But he can't go back. He can't go back.
He can't go back now.
He can't go back. Even if they would have won, which they probably, arguably could have, should have won. A couple of misplays by CeeDee Lamb, who played a great game all the way up till they had a couple of drops at the end. But, man, Dak Prescott actually played pretty darn good yesterday.
Yeah, and, look, you had a delay in action, and what was that, the end of the third quarter, so you finally get back on the field. But, a big fumble as we're watching it actually here.
Yeah,
the fumble happened as we are talking about. The fumble happened in the third quarter. That was one of the big game-changing moments because the Cowboys are going to get points no matter what if they hold on to the football there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's always tough, too, because it was the second running back coming in, kind of to spell your starter a little bit, gets a big carry. Makes the fumble. I think he's a former Eagle, too, the running back. So I'm sure that team. But, great game. Came down to the end. Had a couple drops there at the end, too. But, man, Dak played great. The Eagles look great. Jalen Hurts looked like he just picked up right where he left off. But that defense of theirs did not look immovable. They did not look unstoppable. That game starts out, wow, man, what a wild start to the National Football League season, 2025 season. Opening kickoff, they're lined up 5 yards apart from each other.
Yeah.
A guy blows his knee out.
Yeah.
And he's laying on the field. Nobody's watching what's happening. But Jalen Carter for the Philadelphia Eagles, their best player on defense, an all-pro defensive lineman, an absolute showstopper, a game changer, somebody you have to plan your entire offensive game plan, or at least the running game, around. Spits on Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
And gets kicked out of the game.
Yeah.
And my God, was just everybody poo-pooing on that guy the entire time, which rightfully so. You don't spit on another man. That's probably one of the most disrespectful things you can do to somebody. But in the second half, new footage shows we had a second spitter. We had a second spitter. He was actually the first spitter.
On the grassy knoll.
On the grassy knoll, we had a second spitter, Dak Prescott. And a quote after the game saying, defending his rookie offensive lineman, he didn't know what Jalen Carr was doing on their side of the football.
Yeah.
Kind of getting in the head. He defends him. And he said, I spit. Dak said, I spit thousands of times in a game. I was just trying not to hit my linemen. I spit right past their shoulders onto the ground. That's it. That man.
Yeah.
I mean, that man got caught. It was what seemed to be 700 HD cameras zoomed in.
I was about to say.
That loogie was flying all different. Like, you saw every angle of that loogie.
Yeah.
The shape of it.
Yeah,
the trajectory.
Yeah, you are not going to get away with stuff like that anymore.
First game.
Yeah.
And you get kicked out, and man, he was like, you could tell on his face. He was like, oh, man, this stinks. I really kind of messed up. But, like, heat of the moment. But you might as well be spitting on the chest of your team right there at that point.
Yeah, but it ended up being a really good game. 24-20, the Eagles win. We got another game tonight. It is the Chargers and Chiefs. That's going to be at 7 p.m. We had high school football in a couple of places last night, so football definitely not only in the air, it is all over the place. And so a full slate of games on Saturday. The New Orleans Saints play on Sunday, and it is finally here where everything is in action. So, man, it's
we're back, baby. We're back.
It is. It's an exciting time. It's a great time. I had the opportunity. I was telling y'all yesterday, I got a chance to go watch my oldest son play in his first varsity game as, like, somebody that's a starter and going out there. That was a lot of fun. They were victorious.
They were victorious?
They were victorious. They beat Woodlawn. But it was a very cool feeling, man. You see him run out of the tunnel and go out there on the field and get his name called for the starters, and so that's a very cool feeling, man. It was something certainly I would never want to miss that.
How often did you find you having your cell phone up videoing? Did you try to keep it down?
No, see, I was down because
you wanted to focus, right?
Yeah, Katie was doing the film, and I was locked in.
So how was he leading up? Like yesterday, the day before, were he working with a lot of nerves? I remember being nervous in high school, especially like your first time. Playing on varsity, you're like, wow, there has never been more people in the world watching a football game ever in the history. That's what I thought when I was in high school.
I don't know, like it didn't show it, but maybe when your son Huck gets up to that age, I wonder what their nerves are, because you got to think about this, like they've been inside Tiger Stadium,
sure,
and they've gone to professional games as well. Now they weren't on the field, but I didn't really have a ton of experience,
right?
Like high school, even before I got to LSU,
I mean, I'd gone to like Baylor games, but that didn't really count. The old Floyd Casey, they weren't very.
We talked about Oklahoma's game against them.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, even in high school, like we played West Monroe one time. We had like 50,000 people there.
50,000?
50,000 people
in West Monroe?
No, we played against West Monroe in the Superdome.
Huh.
We played against them
a lot.
And we played against them at Independence Stadium in Shreveport, where they played the Independence Bowl.
Yeah.
And it was like 35,000.
That's a lot, man. So I usually brag to people about like our attendance in high school, in our schools, but that was nowhere near 30 or 50,000. I mean, maybe we had 20,000 in Texas Stadium, like playoffs or something. But you get like a combination of 6 different teams fan base there, because there's 3 or 4 games throughout the day. That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive, sir.
So
how'd he do?
Did good. He did good.
Yeah. A couple tackles.
That's in the split the double. Get low.
Take his knees out.
No, I didn't say that. Did
you get country accent?
I told you. Yeah, you have to.
Hey, boy.
It's the only way to do it.
All right.
But I would love to hear some of the scores if there was other teams in action across the state. Let us know. Let us know how it went, who was victorious.
Yep.
Now, we can't see because I don't have any internet. But
yeah, I just hot-spotted to my cell phone. But we're working on it, working through some technical difficulties. But we are excited, again, to be here at Rouse's Market right here on Burbank, right near LSU. Again, I'm impressed. I usually get to the show about 6:30 in the morning, and I got beat here by about what seemed to be like 50 Rouse's employees, just getting prepped, getting ready, getting the hot bar ready, the breakfast bar, the sandwich bar, all the hot food, getting the shelves stocked. They are ready for everything you need this weekend at tailgate. So make sure you stop by, come by and see us this morning. Give us a little wave during the show. Catch us on commercial break, say hi. But yeah, make sure you come get all your groceries, get your Mahi. Get ready to hydrate, get your Supreme Rice, get your Dos Equis, get everything that you need right here. Rouse's, excited to be here every single Friday, Football Friday.
Yeah, no question. We are looking forward to being here every single Friday during the football season. And like Flynn said, come hang out with us, come say what's up, come wave to us. We will be here until 10 a.m. All right, we'll take our first break. Continue breaking down what we've got coming up on the slate this weekend, what we have. You got a game tonight. Certainly got a full slate on Saturday and Sunday. We'll be back. More OTB when we come back from Rouse's Markets.
Off the bench.
All right, go to russellpools.com. That's the website for Russell Pool Company. And once you go to the website, you'll see a full list of services they can help you out with. You also see a gallery of work, but you can just sit right there on the homepage if you wanted to, because it's going to continue to show you custom pull after custom pull after custom pull after custom pull. Yep. There's going to be like ones that you've never really seen before, and there's going to be different things that make every single one of those unique. So go find the website, go find your dream pool at russellpools.com.
Yep, if you are in the market, maybe it's just like a little tickle in your brain. You've been thinking about a pool for a long time. You got some young kids, and you just want to have that opportunity to be the house that the kids come to, and everybody comes to and congregates around that pool. Give them a call. Start the process. See everything that they can do. They can customize anything and everything that you can think of. If you dream it, they can do it. So give them a call. When you think of custom pools and quality pools here in Louisiana, it's Russell Pool is the name. russellpools.com.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
All right, and welcome back in to OTB here live from Rouse's. And want to remind you that, week one started last night, but it really gets going this weekend, and every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook. New customers, this one is for you. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Your season starts now. Again, DraftKings. Download that DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code Baton Rouge. That is promo code Baton Rouge to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, physically present in Louisiana. Select parishes only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Licensing partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only, and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
Slash. Well done.
There. I'm going to have this memorized.
No.
No?
Nope.
You can't say no to that.
Yep. Ain't no chance.
Hey, you just can't say a blanket no.
No chance. I did see something kind of newsy come across the wire yesterday. I wanted to get your thoughts on it. There's some real momentum into only having one transfer portal, and that portal would be a 10-day window starting kind of at the beginning portion of January. So they'd move it back. The December window would move back, and they would get rid of the spring transfer portal window. So no longer would coaches lose their players after spring practice.
Sure.
I mean, I like it. I like
Yeah,
it. I
why
mean,
not?
I
A little speed dating.
I know that LSU has benefited in the past from getting somebody after spring. Like, everybody's benefited. One player here, one player there. It's so tough, man. It's tough for the coaches that are trying to know their roster. It's tough for the teammates.
So this rule has passed?
No,
It's
no.
been
Well,
talked about.
it's got until, I believe, October, right? So it's been proposed, and it's got until October if you want it in effect for this year.
I'm trying to think of, there was a time not too long ago I would have old man on the lawn this and been like, yeah, for sure, less transfers, or time for the transfer portal. But it's so prevalent in college football. It's such an important factor in building rosters now. And, of course, I don't envy coaches. They have such a hard job in college football right now managing rosters, because it's still, the more rules that get put on it, it's still not super clear. We're still learning as we go in this new age, new era of college football. But LSU has benefited so much, it's hard to talk bad about it at all. So I get what they're trying to do, because it's easier to manage that roster. You can't go after spring.
Right.
But it does limit the opportunities that the kid is going to have. And for that matter, a school's going to have if a need does arise. Like, what if there's, more than normal injuries that happen in spring and they need to kind of fill in some spots. I don't know. I'd like to kind of hear the pros and cons, the arguments for and against either way. But I guess the old school spirit of me says, yeah, that's a good thing. But just because everybody is so reliant on right now, both the players and the coaches and the programs, I don't know how I feel about it, really. I don't like to put limitations on something that is so important right now in college football.
So last year you had the December window be open from December the 9th until the 28th, and the spring portal period was April 16th through the 25th. Now, the FBS coaches voted, and it was a unanimous vote, in July, or for this July portal proposal earlier this year. So the coaches absolutely want it, and they said it gives you more time to focus on finishing the season while preserving the opportunity for players to transfer to the new school for the spring semester. So this has been something that has been talked about for a long time. It's not, at spring meetings, every SEC coach talked about it on the record, off the record. So this proposed loan transfer window would be a 10-day period that opens up again on January the 2nd, one day after the college football playoff quarterfinals are completed. And the Division I Administrative Committee must approve this change before it can take effect this year. And that vote, again, is October the 1st.
All right. Well,
I think it's really just so you don't have a Nico Iamaleava situation where your starting quarterback after spring practice decides to go somewhere else, and then you're kind of scrambling. Now, you end up making a trade. We found out the player to be named later,
trade,
Joey
classic.
Aguilar.
Yeah.
But I think that's one of the things that coaches are trying to stay away from.
I get that, completely do. I guess on the flip side, if you're looking for an argument, a devil's advocate here, there's probably also situations where it's helped both the player and the program, both sides of the program. So I get it, though. You want your roster. I think especially the coaches, the way that they were raised up as coaches, it wasn't anywhere close to the roster chaos that they have right now. So anytime you can put a little bit more rules on it is probably a good thing, just from a mindset of the coach. It's like, all right, this is what we got. Let's figure out how to make this team the best we can, and there's no other options for people to leave. So whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, if you're in a situation where somebody gets hurt at the end of spring and you don't have an answer behind it, then you're in a rough spot. Then you're in a bad spot, right? But at least you know. It's a fear of the unknown. That's what makes it difficult to coach in college football right now.
I will say,
I just don't like it during the season. Like, why should people transfer before, like, the season's over?
Yeah, I'm with you there. The one thing that it's going to do, if it does indeed pass, there was some guys, and look, I mean, you can love it, you can hate it. I wouldn't probably have done it, just not kind of the way I'm built, but there were some guys that would go through spring practice, would kind of hear the rumors and the chirps of what some of these top 10 programs needed.
Yeah, right.
Defensive tackle. Oh, I'm a defensive tackle.
Wait, that's me.
I made a couple plays last year.
Mm-hmm.
I had 3 sacks.
My bank account's not quite as heavy as it could be.
Yeah, and you had, and look, and what did they do? They got overpaid, and they knew they were going to get overpaid, and they did. Like Bear Alexander, right? The guy that went from Georgia to USC to Oregon. Like, you know, Bear knew what he was doing. Bear hadn't made many plays in college football. He got a lot of money. And you had a lot of players. They would kind of wait to see what the in vogue position was, and you'd see a slew of that position, you know, mid-tier players get paid like primetime players.
That's just called supply and demand. That's just smart business.
I know. I'm saying it wouldn't have been my process, but that's what was going on.
I know. And but I guess you can't judge. I guess you can't judge the kids that, like, there's a certain point where it's like, man, it's, you know, stick with, like, I'm so glad this guy's loyal. Like, there's not that many Nussmeyers walking around. Like, but I don't think anybody this day and age can sit and judge a kid for testing the market. If there is a position of need and they could fill a need, they do it in professional football all the time. They test the market. They go see how much money they can make, whether it's here, whether it's there.
Yeah, the difference is it's every year for some of these players, though.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Like, NFL, you have a contract.
That's where I'm going to stick the flag in the ground. So I'm going to draw a line in the sand, and I'm going to be the oldest man possible on that lawn, yelling at the fast cars. Because, like,
slow down. This is a neighborhood.
This is a neighborhood. Are you kidding me? There's a speed bump there.
That little turtle didn't mean anything to you that said slow down. Hold that sign. I don't know.
Turtles don't walk on 2 legs. It's
no,
so weird.
They don't. They're not neon
They're
either.
not ninjas either. I don't even know what we're talking about. Oh, yes. The amount of times that they could transfer is the issue to me.
Yeah.
Like,
get a wild card. Here's my wild card.
Yep.
Turning it in.
I mean, what college is TJ Finley on right now?
6.
In
In 6 years. Yeah.
Like, how long can we ride the COVID year? I don't know. I'm not saying that he is. I'm just saying, like, I feel like people are still here, like, getting eligibility from COVID.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Yeah. 6 schools in 6 years. That
was a half decade ago.
Yeah. That is not real. That's what this was for.
That's not the spirit of what all this is. Like, I still like the old rule of, like, you know, you get, okay, not the old rule of, like, you got to transfer, you got to sit out, but, like, yeah, you get one transfer.
Yeah,
how about one transfer? If you want to transfer again, fine. There's a penalty for that.
Yeah.
If you want to go and transfer and that team is fine with still paying you for having to sit out, or, you know, maybe it's not a whole season, maybe it's a couple of games. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But, like,
gotta be something.
The rule, there's got to be some sort of rule. Like, even in professional football, you can't just move every year. You can't. No one's going to be signing 1-year contracts with 6 different teams. You just, to me, that is like one.
If you're signing, I mean, for 6 teams in 6 years, you're called a journeyman.
You're called a journeyman.
You're called a hanging on by a thread
You're
guy.
not making a $0.25 over minimum.
No, they might try to negotiate something underneath minimum.
That's right.
Possible.
Yeah, like Kawhi Leonard got, like, paid from another company. They might have, like, a separate LLC.
Yeah.
Shell company that takes money back out of your checking account and puts it back into the company.
All right,
we're not smart enough to talk about the Kawhi Leonard situation, by the way.
No, we are not.
We can't follow that.
We ain't doing that. We'll take a break. We'll get into some LSU Louisiana Tech to really get this show started when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Of course, OTB partner with Gulf Coast Office Products, the official office equipment provider for LSU Athletics. So whether it's copiers, printers, or complete office solutions, GCOP keeps your business running like a champion. Locally owned and operated, they've been serving Louisiana businesses for over 45 years with the latest technology and unbeatable customer service. So if your office needs to step its game up, head over to GCOPnet.com. That is GCOPnet.com. Gulf Coast Office Products.
We here at OTB, we want to do partnerships with the absolute best, and Gulf Coast Office Products is the absolute best when it comes to keeping your office running efficiently. They are Louisiana's leading copier and printing source, and they deliver printers and copiers all over the country, but they have offices right here in Louisiana. They are Louisiana-born. They will help you out. If your office is working, it doesn't matter if it's a hospital, a university, or a two-person office. It doesn't matter. You call them, you get a person, you don't get a robot. So give them a call. Let them help your office work efficiently. GCOPnet.com.
I don't care about your past.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in OTB. We are live here at Rouse's on Burbank. Going to be here every single Friday during the football season. A little Football Friday action. Also want to remind you about our friends over at Boudreaux's Electrical, boudreauxelectrical.com. Storm season, get it? Gulf's already started to heat up. Already had action there. Probably thinking, man, it's too late. I'm going to have to wait till next storm season for that whole home generator I've been wanting and hoping and desiring for. That is not the case. It's not too late. We have over 80 generators in stock, ready to go right now, ready for you to call, get in contact with them. What website is that, Matthew?
Oh, that's boudreauxelectrical.com. Right there, and get a free quote, too. Free. Doesn't cost you a
How much
thing.
does that cost?
That's $0.
Yep.
Free is free anywhere you look at it. So give them a call. They are ready to roll. They are ready. They're locked. They're stocked. They're ready to rock. They can have your generator in no time.
All right, we got to break down Louisiana Tech and LSU. But before we get there, let's go ahead and get this show started.
It's time to get glowing, courtesy of GoFlow IV Spa, where hydration, vitamins, and a summer-ready glow are always on tap. Now, for starters.
All right, go to GoFlowIV.com. GoFlowIV.com. That's GoFlow IV Spa. You got the big game coming up this weekend. Make sure you're ready to go before you head to that tailgate. And maybe if you have a tailgate that goes a little too hard, you can go see them on Sunday as well. GoFlowIV.com.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by going too hard. I think we're just going to go at the right level. But either way, be proactive about it. Maybe go see them today. I was in there a couple weeks ago, and I can tell you, go set up an account. You can get an IV. You can get all your vitamins. And I was in and out in about 30, 40 minutes, something like that. So they great people over there, great service. Go to their website, goflowiv.com, to see all their menu of services. Get hydrated, get vitamized. GoFlow IV.
All right, LSU welcomes Louisiana Tech to town. It's going to be a 6:30 p.m. kick tomorrow over on ESPN+. LSU is a 37.5-point favorite in this game. Last week, Louisiana Tech beat Southeastern 24-0. It was 3-0 at halftime, and Louisiana Tech pulls away there in the second half. Now, Louisiana Tech's not the program that it's been in the past. Certainly, they've had teams in the past that have been really competitive, gone to some pretty decent bowl games, and they're trying to get back to that point. They're not there yet. And so LSU is going to have a lot of success in this game. But if I asked you, and Hunt, I hope you're listening here for the station survey. If I asked you this, Flynn, what do you want to see from LSU knowing that they are, a 5-touchdown-plus favorite in this game?
Yeah, you just really, when you go into a game like this, it's there's going to be some, we've kind of poo-pooed on like the juice, the energy, you kind of have to manufacture energy. But I guess what we really haven't given enough credit to is the first time being in Tiger Stadium this year. So there is going to be some juice just pulled straight from that. But outside of that, it's hard to get the emotions up. It's hard to get the intensity, the subconscious intensity that it is because you're coming off an emotional high. So a lot of that has to be manufactured. Like I said yesterday, like coaches talk, coaches speak, the coaches like the stereotypical things they say is kind of at a premium this week. Yeah. But what I like about this team is these are kind of leadership games right here.
Yeah.
So your leaders, you can't accept anything but anybody's best. And I know it's going to be hard. It is going to be hard a lot, but this is the first time in Tiger Stadium. You're playing an in-state school.
First time you've been 1-0 in Tiger Stadium since Moby Dick was a minnow.
Let's get a little juice on that.
Yes.
But it's what I want to see from them is just plain execution.
Yeah.
It is going out there, executing your assignment, knowing what to do, being confident, and I want the game to look clean. I don't want pre-snap penalties. I don't want pre-snap misalignments. I don't want 12 men in the huddle. I don't want 12 men on the field. I don't want all the silly things that make a game just look sloppy and slow down a game. I want to play on time. I want to play on schedule. I want to be I don't want to have any holding calls on first down and be 1st and 20. I want to be on schedule as the offense. And I want to get my starters out of there midway through the third quarter. I want to be that type of game where it's like, okay, Garrett, great game. You went 24 of 28.
Yeah.
For 3 tuds and 240 yards, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be these crazy stats. I don't care about beating a team 60-0.
No,
it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter to me. The fluff stats, the fluff scores, it makes fans feel good and gives you the warm and fuzzies a little bit. But I just want execution on the defensive side of the ball. Yes, that is where it's hard to manufacture that energy and that intensity. But play gap sound, play your assignment correctly. Be part of that 111th, right? Whatever that is. Be that 111th, right? And go and execute your job. Do your job. Do the assignment you're supposed to. Don't try to do anything outside of the ordinary because you think you're better than a team or know you're better and you're trying to get an extra sack or get an extra tackle. Do your assignment. I just want to see clean. I want low MAs, missed assignments.
Right. So, I mean, I'm pretty similar to that. Like, I don't really care what the score is. Like, we'll give a score prediction on the website, LouisianaSports.net. Go check out all the work that they're doing. Great things for not only the LSU Tigers, but the New Orleans Saints. I'll probably say something 45-10. Like, that'll probably be something I throw out there, okay? I don't care about that, though. I want to see what the schematics are going to look like for the defense. Like, they were pressure last week.
Yep.
Now, is that who they're going to be? And I'm not saying that because of the quality of the opponent. I'm talking about just the style of the offense. Is that who they're going to be against that, like any offense? Or is that who they're going to be because they knew they could get Cade Klubnik flustered? Mm-hmm. Are they going to do that multiple weeks? Like, is that going to be every week? Is it going to be this week? This quarterback shows that he can get off his marker if we bring that much pressure. Now, they're going to be aggressive. They're going to bring pressure, but are they going to bring it 60-something% of the time like they did against Clemson? Like, that's the most intriguing thing to me. Are they going to sit back?
Yep.
Are they going to kind of, figure it out a little bit?
Yep.
Are they going to say, hey, no, this is who we are, right? And we're going to do it to DJ Lagway in 2 weeks as well. Like, I want to see what the scheme of the defense looks like. Because if they bring pressure 60% of the time again in this Louisiana Tech game, that's who they are.
Yeah, I think foundationally, Blake Baker and that defense wants to be aggressive. And I learned that from Blake Baker in spring flag football, coaching 7 to 10. That son of a gun was bringing pressure all over the place. That's just who he is, who he wants to be. So we saw it. But I do think that he's he understands the game so well and understands defenses so well and knows how to game plan so well that it will change a little bit game by game. But I think at the core of everything, he wants to create chaos. He wants to bring pressure. He wants to make them have to make the exceptional play and play a little bit faster than they want to play. You make the offense a little bit uncomfortable, then you have a chance to do some really special things. And we did last week. Now, I also believe that he's going to watch the quarterbacks and see how they process information. You might blitz one guy a lot more than you blitz another guy or bring different types of pressures against them because one quarterback might be really bad at deciphering pressures from his blind side. One person might be a little bit worried because one guy might be a right-hander you might pressure from the right side a little bit more because the 98% of his scrambles he wants to go scramble to the right instead of flipping his hips and rotating and scrambling to the left. He's uncomfortable doing that. Like, there's all sorts of things that go into it. I believe they pressured and brought so much chaos, even though they did leave some open people. They were exposed a little bit, but that's part of being blitzed and pressure. I believe that they watched the film from last year with Cade Klubnik, and they saw a weakness of his, which is deciphering different types of defense, reading the inside middle portion of the field, and he has a weakness of having to get past his first and second read and staying on a platform and having a good base at quarterback and reading and playing that type of offense. I believe that had a lot to do with it. And I also believe you go back and watch the 11 on 11, Harold Perkins, famously playing the star position, is out there, and he has past responsibilities. He's got to either curl flat or monument or he's got these responsibilities.
Don't talk about monument.
Okay,
all willy-nilly when we can't show the people what you're talking about.
He has past responsibilities in a zone coverage.
Yeah.
Okay? You could tell that he was given the green light by his coaches to abort that pass responsibility and attack the quarterback multiple times. Now, he created a lot of pressure when it was supposed to be, when it was actually pressures and he's either spying or a late add to a blitz or a pressure. But he did it a lot when he was supposed to be in the curl flat.
Yeah.
And you could tell that he was given that green light. All right, as soon as he goes, I don't care who's there. Yeah. And I feel like that comes a lot because Cade struggles reading defenses. So. Yeah. And he did.
And they also probably didn't want to get Cade Klubnik on the edge because you're turning your back because you're trying to get to your coverage responsibility, and all of a sudden you look up and he hits you for a 27-yard gain.
Certainly. You didn't want to be
with his legs.
With his legs. Yeah. He can beat you with his arm if he can find it and decipher it. But now, with that being said, there was opportunities for Cade to make plays when that happened, certainly.
Yeah, but it's part of the game plan to be so chaotic that you get them off their game plan.
But you make him play fast. You bring chaos to him, and they just believe that he couldn't keep up with it. So, and it was right, and they crushed it.
Yeah, and there's some quarterbacks at LSU might play that have, a different football IQ. It's not to say that Cade's got a bad one, but, that was something that showed up in film that if you kind of made it chaotic like that for him, he didn't get to his second and third read. Like, he'd get to the first one, then he'd try to make a play, and a lot of times he was so athletic he could make the play. But he
just hasn't really had to.
Right. There's some that you're going to play. Yeah, there's some that you're going to play that are going to be different. I mean, you got, Diego Pavia, you got John Mateer, you got DJ Lagway, you got Lenore Sellers, all still coming up on this schedule for LSU.
And I would probably look for Cade Klubnik, I'm going to probably be taking the next couple of weeks the over on all his stats, on his pass yard stats, on his rushing stats, because I believe that other teams are going to see what LSU did, and they're going to try to do it, and they just won't be able to.
They still have the Jimmys and Joes who do it.
So what they're going to do is, if that's not part of your DNA of doing all those chaotic blitzes and bringing it from both directions, different people, different levels of the field, but you watch something on film, you're like, oh, we can install that this week.
Yeah.
But if you don't, and it's not part of your foundation, you leave so many things wide open. Yeah. If your safeties don't know how to fill in the gaps where your linebackers leave, if they're just not real comfortable with that, it's kind of like offensive line passing off pass protection. You have when you're blitzing and an aggressive, it's like Ryan Clark would make up for Troy Polamalu, right? They just knew, he created chaos, but you had to have some guy that made up for that chaotic behavior.
Yeah.
So I would look for all the overs on the prop stat line for Cade Klubnik, passing yards, rushing yards, touchdowns there, because I think he's probably going to go off because people are just going to leave people wide open.
Yeah. And teams are going to try to replicate what LSU did, but
good luck.
You don't have the personnel that LSU had. You don't have Harold Perkins, who on the fourth down, he's on the left side of your screen. You blink, and he's in the quarterback's face on the right hash.
Just shot out of a cannon, man.
It wasn't even really a hash. It's kind of the numbers.
What a dog.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck trying to replicate that. And you can do that if, like Matt said, if you have players that understand, hey, it's not going to be me. It's not going to be me that makes the play. I'm not going to get my jersey number called over the PA, but I'm going to make up for our playmaker that's going to do the wild and crazy things, the organized, chaotic things that he's going to go do. And it felt like LSU did a really nice job of doing that in the game last week against Clemson. So, look, we'll kind of give you some of the final stats for Louisiana Tech and kind of break down one more time like what they are, what they're all about as we get you ready for kickoff LSU and Louisiana Tech tomorrow night inside of the Real Death Valley. All right, we will take a break. We're coming right back to you from Rouse's here on Burbank. It is OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to PelicanRoof.com. Pelican Roofing. In Lafayette, in Baton Rouge, boots on the ground in both. We're not talking about just driving back and forth on the basin. We're talking about having offices in Lafayette, in Baton Rouge, being in the local communities in both. Now, one of the great tools we always tell you about, like if you're right now wondering, man, I own this business or my house needs a new roof. I wonder what that costs. Well, they got an instant roof quote, right? You type in your address. It gives you a great idea of what that would cost you. And then speaking of cost, Matthew, you got to believe they have some financing options.
Yeah, they do. They have the best financing options. We know that putting a roof on your house is a huge deal financially and a big decision for your family. So go right there to their website at pelicanroof.com. You can start looking at their financing options. For qualified buyers, you get up to 21 months with 0% interest. Are you kidding me? That is 0% interest right there. And do business with somebody. If they're going to tear up your roof and work on your house, make sure you're doing it with a trusted company, and they are the best. That is Pelican Roof, pelicanroof.com.
You were the girl that changed my world. You were the girl for me. You lit the fuse.
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
But you turned me on.
All right, and welcome back in. It is OTB, and we are here at Rouse's on Burbank, hanging out. A little football Friday action there. You go to the game this weekend?
Good question. I got tickets.
That's why I asked it.
You didn't know if I had tickets or not?
No, but you said it's a good question.
We actually have
That's why I
not even discussed the game. I know Huck, my oldest, really wants to go to as many games as he can this year, but we've been so focused. We have a birthday party. He has his birthday party this afternoon, so he hasn't been able to see past that situation.
I got you.
So he's doing all that. So I would assume we'll probably go. Probably be like a first half situation. I'm that guy. Sorry.
Wow.
I know. Y'all
Some
know
of
this.
us stay committed and stay all 4 quarters.
That's because you have a job.
You don't think they'd let me get up and walk out?
Oh, man.
All right, Chris. Good call, bud.
Good call, man.
I'll see you.
Here we go. All right, Nuss is out. All right, let's go.
Gordy, come up. I'm done.
Corey, I got to beat the traffic, bub.
Get Big Fave on Mike down there.
I'll call it. I'll FaceTime in.
Yeah.
I'll call it from a car.
I'll call it. All right.
So, yeah, man.
So, Flynn's not going?
I might. What I have
sold
to do,
out.
so I have tickets for every game.
Can't have money.
Oh, my God. I don't think that's applicable there.
You get tickets to every LSU game. Feels like it.
Well, yeah, if I don't go, I can just sell them, right?
I don't have that.
So what I do have to do, I'll be out there. 2 ticket tip.
Got two.
Got two.
I
I got to figure out parking. So I got to get up. I forgot to look into getting a parking pass for the season. So I'm not into, long leisure walks. It's just not me.
Lazy.
I'm just not into that. Told you I prefer in front of my TV going like a tennis match, going left to right, being so close to it. But we'll see. No, my kids are getting to that age where they really enjoy going, and we usually do at least one, maybe 2 games a year. It's usually the big ones though. But last year I think we did 3.
Front runner.
Yeah. Well, I told you, bud.
Wow. We'll be in there. I'll be up in the booth. The other 73 Hesters will be down there. They'll be cheering on the Tigers inside Tiger Stadium. A 1-0 football team in Death Valley. It's been a minute. We're committed. Just like LSU Snacks is committed. The officially licensed snacks of the Tigers, Mr. Flynn.
Yeah,
Every bite supports LSU athletes, so you can cheer on the Tigers while enjoying great taste. Try the Win Bar. See what they did there. A blend of crunchy granola, wholesome almonds, and chocolate chips packed with protein and lower in sugar. Or grab the Win Bites, gluten-free bite-sized chocolate chip cookies with the perfect crunch. Find LSU Snacks now at Rouse's. Where are we at?
We're at Rouse's Market right here on Burbank.
Or order them online at lsusnacks.com. LSU Snacks, where every bite supports LSU. Go Tigers. You can also pick up My High, drinkmyhigh.com, or just come into your local Rouse's.
I've been eyeballing the hot bar over there. It looks like they got some eggs, some bacon. I think we got a little bit, like a minute longer commercial break here at the end of the hour. I might go. You might see me stuffing my face with some eggs here in a minute.
That's definitely not a thing.
What?
We don't have an extra minute on this commercial. It's the same as the others.
It always feels a little bit longer.
It's not.
It's just in my brain, I guess.
Well, typically, I guess, because Tay would come back and it's 130 degrees here in Baton Rouge with 100% humidity.
Here in Baton Rouge, it is hot as hell.
Yep, that'd be him.
Heck, it's 7:54. Shoot. My bad, carpoolers. It's on me.
Yeah, moms, y'all get mad at
I'm
Matthew.
at top of my chest right now, if you can't see. That's on me, people.
Well, it sure ain't on me. I didn't say it.
Yeah, sorry. LSU's next.
All right, so LSU, Louisiana Tech, LSU, big favorite. Louisiana Tech, struggled in a game last week against Southeastern. Southeastern had more first downs. Southeastern was 9 of 18 on third downs, and so very efficient there. They had more total yards than Louisiana Tech. They had more passing yards than Louisiana Tech. They just turned the football over. I think they had 3 turnovers. Louisiana Tech didn't have any. That was the story of the game. LSU is going to have every opportunity to go out there and be successful. Looking forward to seeing what that defensive game plan is. Looking forward to seeing what the offense does as far as maybe some of the rotations at running back and receiver. Probably the storyline for me as you get ready to welcome in the Bulldogs of Louisiana Tech into Tiger Stadium. All right, we'll take a break, but don't you worry. Hour 2 coming right back your way here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to KTOZBlinds.com. That's KTOZBlinds.com. We've been telling you really over the last couple of years now, Brandon Barton and the team over at K2Z Interiors and Outdoor Living, they're going to come in, man. It's amazing how they know your space. They're going to be like, hey, all right, so here's where the sun comes in. Here's where your issues are. Here's how we're going to fix it. They did it for me. I was blown away. Like, I lived in my house for multiple years. I was like, you don't know my house better than me. It's like, you foolish man. Let me show you the ways. And so now we got this outdoor screen where it certainly cools off like the play area for my daughter, but also like when my sons are trying to watch the big game, we don't have a huge glare on the TV, right? So it actually affects the outside and the interior of our home at the same time. I mean, just truly the best team. Go to KTOZBlinds.com.
Yeah, K2Z Interiors and Outdoor Living, they can, whether it's blinds, drapes, shades, shutters, whatever it is, they can make your house more efficient and make it look better. KTOZBlinds.com.